Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Happy Travels Scrapbook Workshop. We are really excited to be here. George is going to be manning comments and everything else. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We would love to have you craft along with us as often as possible. My name is Tina, and I am just super happy to be here to share these pages with you that were inspired by Simple Stories, Happy Travels. Okay, are we looking good, George? All right. Hi, how are you?
Little penguin on YouTube.
Awesome, good. They can stay on top of everything and make sure that all is right in our world. Oh, awesome. So the mic, it was left off just while we were doing the adjustments and all of that. I also still have a cricket running in the background, but it should be pretty soft. Okay, I also want to let you know that if you registered for the class, you are already in the raffle. So if I mention raffles, I do that automatically whenever you register for the class. All right. So now, George, did anybody pick up the class? Like Kim, did you pick up the class but not register online? Did you pick up the workshop but not register online? Just let me know, because I only have for the people that registered online, and I don't know if anybody got it at the crop. So I would need to enter them into the raffle. All right, we'll do that. Hi, Linda. Hey, long time. Welcome. Okay. To engine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and dive in. So the pages that we're doing tonight, I'm just going to share and show those very quickly. Here is layout number 1. And I am going to talk about a change that I made. Let me grab that. Okay, when I put together my layout 1 with this portion here that's down bottom, the postage stamp kind of thing, I noticed mine was cut off and I didn't like that as much. So what you're going to find in your kits are much cleaner cuts of them all the way across. George actually manually did these cuts so that they would be really good. So you will notice that as a change in your kit on that. All right, and let's go ahead and look at.
Kim said no, and I don't know what that.
Hi, Kim. Okay, if she picked up the workshop. Okay, but she can just craft along and use stuff out of her stash. Okay, and then here is layout 2. All right, let's look at the kit and everything you got. This one was amazing. You guys got so much stuff with this one. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Linda. Okay, so, and if you guys decide you want this kit, we still have some available, and they will be put under our kits tomorrow. They'll be available. Instead of it being shown as a class, they will just be under our layout kits. Okay, so you're going to have your 2 kits with your pre-cut pieces, and then you're going to have your product. Now, you may have this bling here, or you may have the Happy Travels bling here. I liked both of them, and when I can't get all the same bling, I find something close enough. So I am using, these were Fur Baby Cat, and the colors on them were so pretty. I mean, you can just kind of see such a good match on those colors. So there you go. You also have Big Bits, the Happy Travel Big Bits, and your chipboard stickers. We're going to open all of our stuff up so that it is ready for us to put together. Hi, Darlene. So happy to see you on, friend. Okay. And then we're going to open our Big Bits too. And if you have like a dish or something to put them in or anything like that, that's always a great way to kind of keep them and bring them in. I actually have my trays that sit on top of my ink pads, and I normally just kind of grab those and throw everything in here just like this, so I can kind of pick through it. So you'll see me bring it in, and then I dump the bits when I'm done, and I put it right back where it goes in my craft room. Okay, and our bling. All the bling is beautiful. I love Simple Stories bling. I don't know if you guys have worked with it or if this is your first time, but I absolutely love it. Okay, I do want to give a tip before we dive in. The chipboard is, it already has adhesive on it. You're going to peel it and it's going to have adhesive. I will be adding glue dots to mine. I find that the chipboard in itself, the adhesive on it is sometimes not strong enough. Maybe I'm a little rough. I knock it off when I'm sticking it in page protectors and stuff like that. So you will see me reinforce my chipboard stickers with glue dots. The glue dots. All right, let's dive in. Let's go backwards there. We're going to be working with layout 1 of this project, and this is layout 1. Okay, I'm going to be making, I'll keep the demo page over here. And the only other thing you're going to need is regular adhesive, your scissors and stuff like that, but some twine from your stash. And you can either put the twine on or not. It's going to be your choice. All right, all the pieces. We're getting all the pieces out. All right, and we're going to take one and put it over on the side. One of the base pages, put it over on the side. You also have your full picture to refer to. And feel free to ask me any questions. George is manning the comments. Okay, no, we are not using foam tape because this one, look, except for this one. I used no foam tape. I think this is the only place. Very little foam tape because the chipboard accents I think I used foam tape on this. I lied. Of course, we're using foam tape. All right, so right now we want 2 of these, and you can see all 3 of these are the same size. So 2 of the larger ones are going to stay. And then our other mats over here, we're going to keep 1 of these and put 1 over here. 1 of these, 1 over here. 1 of these, 1 over here. All right, hopefully that made sense, and now you should have all of this. Okay, I'm going to kind of pitch these off to the side. I have some room, and I'm going to grab the peach piece. Now, our peach piece is torn, so we're just going to tear it. We're going to just pull it towards us. Don't be afraid, and it doesn't matter if it's the same size. All right, and if you want to do the ruler trick, if people want to know what the ruler trick is with tearing, let me know. I just like to do this because I really do kind of like mine to be all kinds of wonky. Okay. If you want me to share the ruler trick, I will. All right, so now what we want to do is get our pieces on. Now, I'm going to give you measurements. These are 12-inch pieces. You're going to take your first piece here, in case you're crafting along, and that one is going to be 6 inches. And we want that piece to be 2 inches down from the top. All right, I'm going to be using my big gun tonight unless it gets super squeaky. We'll see. We are going to be using lots of adhesive. Now, if anyone, don't forget, I hope everyone will post this for the Creative Art Challenge. For those of you who are watching on replay, I hope that you are part of Creating With You exclusively. I know we have some first-timers in this class. So, I'll show you the ruler trick. Who's curious about the ruler trick?
Penguin.
Oh, okay. I'll show the ruler. You just use a ruler to line it up. That's all. So I'm going about 2 inches down, but I'm not overly worried if I get it right because I'm just going to use this to line up my next page. All right. And then we're going to take our stripe piece. I kind of used it with this because I cover up my measurements so you guys don't get those big glares. Okay. So now we're going to take this one and just attach it right to the bottom. Straight across this 12 by 12 piece, and this one is, for those of you on the remake, 3 inches. All right, this one here was 1.5 inches, and now it's torn. And adhesive, and then it is going on top of the stripes, the canvas side up. So all the papers have been chosen to give lots of good things. This has a canvas side up. One of the things that I like to do is sometimes if I have enough, I'll pull my papers back and give them even a little bit more dimension, but this has so much going on it, we're going to leave it off. Okay. 2 mats. All right, to line up our mats, we want our mats to touch everything. So depending on where you lined yours up, you're just going to kind of more pay attention to a little bit down. I'm about 3/4 of an inch over from the side and just about maybe 3/4 of an inch here. And then that allows me to go over all three, but still see the detail that's peeking out here on the end. Okay, so about 3/4, give or take. Very forgiving. These are very forgiving layouts. And then in between the two, we're going to do about 1/2 of an inch and just line it right up next to it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
2 inches a little behind.
Okay.
How far is luggage paper from the top?
2 inches. And since someone had requested to see the ruler trick, I'm going to do that now and just give you that extra moment, which will work out perfectly. Okay, so basically all the ruler trick is for people who are uncomfortable tearing paper. When you want to tear it off, you just put the ruler on it. A wood ruler works great. You hold it down and then you pull the paper using the ruler as the weight for your paper. I actually like to tear my paper and get those little things, but some people are not great at tearing paper, so this is just one of the ways you can do it. Let me know if that makes sense or if you have any more questions. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the items that we're going to need out of our bits for this layout. We have multiple things that we have to gather, and we're just going to put them off to the side. So we want our big camera, and we want the binoculars for this page. There we go. Big camera and binoculars, big camera, binoculars. Okay. I want it to, there it is. Okay. Big camera and binoculars. And I did put these on foam tape. So if you are not going to be putting these on foam tape, this is a great time to save time for yourself. If you are putting them on foam tape, then we're going to want to go ahead and prep those and get those ready. Jen, how you making out, hon? She will catch up. Foam tape. She'll definitely catch up when I do the foam tape because she's going to be like, girl, you a psycho with how much foam tape you use. All right.
I got my 3 pieces on like you're putting 17.
Right. Yeah, always just let us know if you are taking the class, the workshop. We want to make sure you're good to go. If ever I can stop to let somebody catch up, I'm gonna. All right. And
well, she says all good.
And I figured she would. For those of you who do not know, Jen has been with us for a very long time, and she's pretty fast. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to put this foam tape. You do not have to use the foam tape. The workshop that I'm doing was inspired by Simple Stories, Happy Travels, which you can see. This collection is a lot of fun. But what I really liked about this collection in particular is, one, the theme, of course, but 2 was the color palette. I really, really love when they give us a color palette that has lots of variety to it. And I think that I was just drawn to how many different colors, and I really loved it. All right, so I'm still just putting some foam tape pieces on these. I do tend to do more than we need, but all right, so that's Jen's on page 2 now. Oh boy. And see, I wouldn't be surprised either, right? I'm just using up some of this foam tape that I FOMO bought. FOMO is real, everybody. All right, so we're going to put these on. And we have lots more workshops that we're going to have coming your way. Okay. Here we go. I like foam tape. We didn't use too much, but when I use it, I use it. Okay. A little bit more, I think. I'm close. I think Sharon Roselli is probably still putting foam tape on too. Throwing Sharon under the bus like that. Darn it. All right. There we go. I lied. I need one piece for the little part that's sticking out over here. Okay. So, all kinds of foam tape. We're not doing tons of the foam tape. These are some of the bigger pieces that are going on this because all of our chipboard, see, there's my chipboard. Do you see how this came off? I let just the chipboard be on there, but because I have some foam tape right here, that's going to help it stay on. I like the glue dots. to secure it. So that's where we're at. Okay, we're going to take that camera that we just put all that on. And if you want to, I just want to mention, if you have something like Close to My Heart liquid glass or glossy accents, I did not do it, but at the end, if you coat this, it's really going to make it look more like a glass-like lens. All right, let's go ahead and add our camera. Now, I am not going to pull the foam tape off of the one side, and that is because I'm going to want to be able to get my pictures under that. So just a little tip is, if you're making these pre-done, that's how you do it. Now see, all of this has the I don't know what you call it. It's the paper that makes it so it's not stick. The protective coating. We're going to call it the protective coating. I want this to touch my picture, and we're going to come onto the mat just kind of like this is coming on, barely touching that bow at the top. We want it to do the same thing and come all the way. I'm a little too low here. Hold on. We want it to do the same thing and touch everything. So kind of look at it like the camera is just a little bit at the bottom above that. And then these are over, this is touching, all right, but just on the stripes there, just down, I'm going to say maybe 3/8, a quarter to 3/8 of an inch, okay? Pop it down. We're going to do the same thing with this. I'm not going to peel these. I'm just going to peel the ones that I put up here, so that when I do this to overlay my photo, I can slide my photo under there and then I can pull them later. This we want to go and touch both of our mats and then come down. So I have, if you look here, you'll see that that tip, it's on an angle. The kind of the tip of the binoculars is kind of right above where the two papers join right there. And then it touches both of them. Popping that down. We're going to grab our chipboard. Oh, wait. There we go. I have to touch them because, you know, make sure. Okay, so we're going to grab the chipboard and we're going to take the ready out. Now, for this, I do have it over my photo, so if it's something you want to add later, you can add later. I'm going to do a cheat. I'm going to take a little bit of powder from my embossing powder, and I'm going to rub it right down the bottom, just on that half of it. And that's gonna, it's already, I want to say it's a weaker adhesive. If it's a lighter adhesive. And now I'm going to grab my glue dots. And I'm going to take the glue dots. And I'm going to put them at the top. And I'm just putting them at the top of the question mark and the R. Glue dots are very strong. Over the photo, really close to those binoculars. Down it goes. And let me grab a piece of, just a little piece of paper so I can kind of show you what I mean. So now, if I want to, see how I'm going to be able to just kind of lift these and like slide my photos underneath of them? That's what we created. And we're going to do that through the whole workshop. These little hearts right here, these are meant to go on top of the photo. So my suggestion is to leave them off. How I keep these so that when you have them is I put them in Ziploc bags like this. And anything that I want to go with them that I'm putting on later, I stick in the bag with them. I do not keep it with the paper. I don't keep it with anything. I stick it right in with my pre-done layout. And that is why I think I can maximize my pre-done layouts the best. So what I'll do is take the little hearts, which are right here. These 3 hearts are these 3 hearts. I'll take those and put them in a sandwich bag with whatever else and throw them in. Let me know if that makes sense to everybody. I do know we have one person doing their first pre-done layouts ever. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab the Let's Go off of the chipboard. And this one I'm going to kind of do a little cheat with because I'm going to a little bit of that powder on this side. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some foam tape because it's going here. And if you did not use foam tape, don't use the foam tape. I want it to be the same level here. So I'm going to grab some foam tape. And we are just going to put a couple pieces of foam tape on this side, just like you saw in that other one. But I'm not going to peel them. And then I'm going to bring in my glue dots. And I'm going to put glue dots on this side. Now, if you don't feel the need to put the glue dots on, then, you know, you're good. I really do think the glue dots. So you can see here, this is where we're going. We're just lining it up right here. And because I haven't peeled that foam tape, it's going to work out really well. Straight down over everything. There we go. And I can get my picture right under there. Look at that. All right, so now I want to put my bling on. You have an entire sheet of bling for this workshop. Put your bling wherever you would like it. I'm working with the Fur Baby. If you got that in your kit, these ones are the Happy Travels, and you're going to see they're going to match really nice. I'm going to use a large yellow, and I'm going to put it, you know, in the vicinity near my key. All right, and then you're using a blue and a green if you have the others. And I'm going to use, and that's a medium green and a small blue. So I'm going to use a medium green. And I'm going to use a small, I'm trying to figure out which one I was supposed to swap out. I think it's the dark peach one. The dark peach is this, I mean, it doesn't matter. I think we're just going to go for it. I'm going to use the small of the darker of the two. You can see this color is this color, just depending on where your line laid out. All right, those there. Now we have 3 up the top. Just going with a big green sitting on the line there. I got a medium yellow. And up here, that's the dark peach. That's in the other one. I'm going to just go with the light peach for the small. You can mix them up and do whatever you want. They're going to match and they're going to look great. Our page is done. Yay! Okay. Ready for photos. How's everybody making out? Okay, little check-in. We're done one of the 4 pages. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, babe.
I was going to say check to see if they're done the same.
Right. We're on the same page. Guys, it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back. Oh, I cannot tell you how much I've missed it. All right, we're just going to make sure, give everybody a chance to check in and see if anybody has any questions before we move over to our next page. We know that when you guys are quiet, it's because you're crafting.
Or they fell asleep.
Yeah, you could fall asleep. I don't know how anybody could fall asleep to my voice.
Kim says she's going to watch until she falls asleep.
Awesome.
But she's probably tired. And she didn't get the kit because it didn't fall into.
And you're checking both comments on both, yeah, right? We're good? Okay. I'm going to count that we're good. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and move over to our next page.
Hearts, but
yay! Okay, that's good enough.
Nobody says, oh, God.
That's okay. It's a lot when you're making it. Look, foam tape. I told you guys not much foam tape. But we didn't have to put like all of these things on foam tape. You know, there was a lot that we didn't. Okay, I'm going to bring, even though I just moved it out of the way, I'm going to be bringing in, I can use this to line it up because I have one next to it. For you guys, bring in that second page to line it up. Even if you went with a measurement, we're going to bring in the second page. All right, canvas side up. And we're ripping. You want to take off about the same amount. If you take off, you know, some do a heavier rip, some do a lighter rip. It'll be whatever you do naturally that's going to work. Okay. Now we're going to do our luggage. I really love this luggage paper. All right, it was about 2 inches down from the top, but like I said, bring in that other page. That's going to give you your best lineup. And since I did that with my first ones, I know that I'm safe to just use this one. So you would just do this. Bring that other page in and put it there. If you prefer to use the measurement, use whatever makes you comfortable. We're going to do the stripe. Now for the stripe, I am going to look at my other page because one of the things I notice is, you know, because of that way that pattern repeats itself. So you can see here, I have it this way with the blue on this side. I'm going to flip that so that I don't have the 2 blues together. They go in the exact same order. There's 2 ways to do that. exact same order page to page, or if you do it this way, you have the order goes the same from the center to the outside. It's a personal choice. I like both. I have done both depending on what I'm focusing on. So whichever way you would like it, go for it. Okay, we'll put this piece on. Or some people who don't think about that at all. Those would be our non-OCD people. Welcome, non-OCD people. All right, here we go.
Wendy Ball.
Hi, Wendy.
Watching on YouTube.
How are you, hon? Thanks for popping in. All right, our peach piece now is coming in, and this one is going to go right, just like we did last time, right on the top. There we go. So much dimension is here, and because we have the color palette that's in everything, it flows so beautifully. I really love it. Okay, so for this one now, one of the things I want to mention to you is these photo mats are not true 4x6. So you will be cropping your photos. The smaller mats, I think really added just something different. I'm normally very 4x6, 3x4, so I go 4 1/4, 6 1/4. I liked the different size mat. Okay, we're going to want to do the same thing, but I'm going to bring in the other one. We could measure it out and just say 3/4 of an inch all the way around like we did, or we could just line it up right next to it, go about 3/4 of an inch over, kind of mirroring it here. And that's going to always help with the best photo placement for your layouts.
Right.
Down.
Carnahan said she's using
Hi, sweetie.
Are We There Yet paper.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, please craft along. Okay, so these mats. And you can go with your 4x6 mats if you had those, but I just realized on this. So wait, these are 4x6 mats. They're not 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. You're going to cut your photos down. Okay, and then these mats here, so it's the quarter. I don't think I explained that right. All right, and these are 4x3 mats. All right.
Wendy says she loves your paper.
Oh, thank you.
As always, and she's working on travel pages as well.
Fantastic, right? Gotta love the travel. All right, we're going to go about 1/2 of an inch. And let me get this one out of the way again, okay? Here we go. Oh, no, this is my right one. I'm good. Thought I still had that top one there. All right, our other 4x3. And now what we're going to do is, I think this goes just a little bit above, tiny bit above it, is I believe what I did. Tiny bit above on that one, 1/2 inch with a tiny bit above. If you don't have the tiny bit above, it's fine. It's still going to work out. Okay, there we go. And then this one down here will go a tiny bit below. All right. Just to be a little bit bigger. See, it's sticking out a little bit down here. And then so it goes over a little bit up there.
Sandy Garrity says hello.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for popping in and thanks for saying hi. I really appreciate that. Okay, there we go. It's in. All right, let's grab our things. So we are looking in the bits first. And I love big bits. Because I'm a scrapbooker, the big bits for me, they're always going to offer big, right? They're going to offer the big bits. And as a scrapbooker, I appreciate those. We have the globe. Look at this. We didn't even use it. Isn't that gorgeous? Really just beautiful pieces in here. Okay, and then we're looking for this little double flower in the bits. We're looking for this little suitcase. This one's so cute. The patterns and everything they used on this just really took it to the next level for me. Okay. And now we're going to do the chipboard. We're going to pull some chipboard accents, but let's go ahead and put some of these on first. Let's start with the globe, and I'm going to be focusing on just putting adhesive to the right side of it because we're going to overlap it. The right side, give it a little bit of a twist. No, honey, that's another thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are the chipboards, but thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we want the globe to be kind of a little bit on an angle, and we want it to touch the top and the bottom. And that's gone down. We're going to do the same thing with the suitcase. I feel like my globe is over just a little bit more here on the bottom. I'm wondering if I chop the bottom off. It wouldn't be the first time. Now, when you put your photos on for this, I went a little too far. We want to go on the only on the right side of this as well. When you put your photos on, you're going to tuck them under the suitcase, but it can be over the bottom of the globe. All right. So now we're going to pull this. I'm just going to look. And here's what I'm going to do. If I don't like the way this bottom of the globe is looking, wait for it. Ugh. I'm not supposed to see it anyway. So I'm chopping it off. All right. It's up a little bit here on the photo. And the buckle is on the gold mat. And we want the handle on top of the globe. All right. Down it goes. And you'll be able to just slide your photo right under there. Okay. All right. I sometimes I have to put all the pieces down so you guys can see what it's going to look like. But any of the pieces that you feel is better for you to leave off for assembling, do that. All right. Let's grab those chipboard we're using, and you'll have some of this left over, of course. All right. We're going to go to the chipboard now. Oh, I think this is a bit. Thank you, George. You were actually right about that key.
I thought I kept seeing it.
You were right about that key. Okay, this is going on foam tape. We want this flower is right here. And I'm just going to peel them and turn them over right next to me. The Go See Do, just turning it over. And I have a little workspace next to me. So I put them adhesive side up. All right, it lets me rest. The little blue flower is right here. Suitcases at the bottom. And if you prefer to pull them off as I'm putting them on, you can do that as well. I just like to have all mine next to me. The little passport. So many good things on this, and I love all the colors. All right, so let's just double check the pin. We want the plain pin. Let me touch it. That's in the big bits. They look so good that you have to ask yourself where they come from, which set. Okay, so in this one here, we are also looking for this heart. I think the blue heart. So many good things. And we're looking for one of these pins, but in green. I see my blue heart. And I got my green pin. Okay. And is that it? I don't know. We think so. But you know what? The good news is the tray's right there if it's not. All right. We're going to go with a little bit of foam tape on this. I'm going to do my foam tape a little differently because I'm not trying to kill time.
Wendy likes your colors.
Oh,
They're wonderful.
Wendy, they just crushed this collection that I was mentioning earlier that I just love the color palette. Foam tape on our key. Now the key is going on top of another embellishment. What we're doing here is we're creating dimensional clusters. And once you get really comfortable creating dimensional clusters in your scrapbooking or card making, it really opens you up to lots of fun things. But because it's going on top of everything, you can peel the whole thing. You can peel the whole thing because your photo doesn't need to slide underneath of it or anything. There's my foam tape, and I want it to lay over kind of everything. I'm using the buckle over here, kind of on the thing, as about my starting point to kind of move down to that. And I'm going all the way to the edge, so I can kind of see my buckle a little. If you can't, that's okay too, and it's going a little bit on an angle. Down it goes, and if yours doesn't end up that way, it's all good. All right, that big flower, and we're going to give this a very tiny tuck. I'm using those extra glue dots. Very tiny. Just lift it, pop it underneath there, push it down. Good to go. The dimension is being created by the chipboard, the foam tape, and the flat, and we're just layering those things. And as we layer them, it just gets better and better. Okay. Picked up my passport with my scissors there unintentionally. A little bit of foam tape on the flowers. And the reason why is we just want to support them because they're hanging off the bottom of the keys. So I'm putting just a tiny bit of foam tape. Here's how it's going to sit. And I just put a little bit of foam tape here and a little bit of foam tape here so we can get that overlay because we want that to be on top of the key. All right. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive so that it sticks to the key because I really don't want any lift. You can use whatever kind of adhesive you like. It touches everything. So we want it on the key, touching the luggage, touching the peach, all the things to create that cluster. Okay, I have this hanging off, which means we're going to want to get that photo underneath of it. So I'm just bringing in that embossing. Oh, my little thing came off the bottom. I did recently refill it, so that's probably why. There we go. All right, so now that it doesn't really have the stick, I'm going to take a glue dot and put it towards the right of it so that even though I'm hanging this off, the whole thing's going to be able to be lifted. I will secure this after I get it done by taking my piercing tool or anything big, and I will pick up a glue dot, I will lift it, I will stick it on the bottom, and then I'll push it down. That's how I secure them after, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we're going to do the go-see-do, and since it goes over our picture just like the other one, I'm doing the same thing. I took the sticky off the bottom, and I am going to pop this on there. I'm just doing 2 at the top. Now, if you have your photos ready, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, the G is going to come over and kind of be in between the 2, and then the go-see-do. And you can see that my spacing, this one is probably a little higher. I probably had this almost level. It won't matter. We're going to pop that go-see-do down. And I kind of have the D at the top of the piece there. There we go. And now that pin that I've already lost. There it is. For the pin, I did put this on foam tape originally. If you don't want to put it on foam tape, you certainly don't have to. It's just totally up to you. I'm going to cut a very thin piece of foam tape. I did think about not having it because it really does add a different dimension. All right, but I also really love foam tape. Okay, there we go. But you can see there's a lot less foam tape when there's no reason to put foam tape on chipboard, right? All right, right here. There you go. And I'll be able to go ahead and put my photos right underneath of it. I'm actually moving that just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Got the go-see-do. Let's grab the little flower. And the same thing is going to happen for the flower, but it's going to be hanging off a little bit. So I'm going to put a glue dot on the end. I would love to know how many of you do a lot of pre-done layouts. How many of you just like to have pre-done layouts in your stash and then you fill them later? Pre-done layouts are a huge part of my crafting experience. Okay, so I took this sticky almost all the way off. 1 glue dot here all the way on the end. So this can now hang off of the suitcase right here. The little heart. Foam tape or not foam tape, whichever you would prefer on this. That's too big. All right, and just add that little heart so that it is on the globe right there. I'm going to turn my heart just a little bit this way. Okay. All right. I love pre-done layouts. I find that it allows me to really just kind of create with the paper. I feel the most creative, and then adding my photos later, it just works for me. I'm just taking that sticky off. And now what I'm going to do for this, nice. Nice, nice. Okay. And don't forget to post whatever you do in the Creative Art Challenge. All right. I am going to put just a glue dot. Oh, I'm holding the wrong side. There we go. I'm going to put a glue dot right down here in the corner.
Sharon, it seems like that's all she's doing now.
Yeah, but I love putting the photos on. Wow, that is a lot of my roll that has no glue dots on it.
Because you've been taking them off.
No, I rip it as I go. I literally feel like my whole roll, like this much of the roll, I just have no glue dots. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Okay. Never fear. I buy them this size. Okay. All right, so here we go. I just have 2 glue dots. Glue dots, once again, are very strong. So my glue dot is here and here. That's going to be plenty. This is going to gum up, and I'm a little higher on this one than I am on this one. It's not going to matter. Okay, I just want to kind of line this up towards the edge. Press them down, and look. I'm going to be able to just put my thing right in there. And there we go. Let's grab our bling. Okay, for the bling, it's once again sets of 3. We have 3 here, and we have 3 here. Okay, so I have green. Then I'm going to do large, medium, and small. So here I have the green. If you have the Happy Travels, green, orange, blue. To this one, blue, green, yellow. All right, so for me over here, I'm going to be doing one I haven't done yet. I'm going to do the peach. Oh, no, I'm not. Not doing the peach because I'm right next to peach. That's the only reason why I'm not doing it. I'm going to do the...
Pre-done makes J Noobs nervous because she usually pulls the colors from the pictures when she's doing the layout.
A lot of people do that. That's why I wanted to see how many people were like going to be trying new. I've been talking a lot about pre-done layouts and picking colors lately with people. I've been spending a lot of time on those 2 topics. So up here... I could do the peach right next to the peach flower, and I would be okay with that. And then I'm going to do the green. I really love pre-done layouts. I feel that it is my comfort zone. Okay, and then I went with the darker peach up there if you have these ones. I don't know which ones I like better. To be honest with you, I really like both of the bling. All right.
Linda Bug says they're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. All right, we are done. Guys, already done. Already done a whole layout. Okay.
Well, is everybody else doing a whole layout?
I feel like I'm in a good... They would tell me to stop, just like Jen did when she was like, hey, I'm a little behind. And then, of course, everyone that's going to watch it on replay, right, they will be able to pause.
They can rewind and pause.
Yeah. All right. We are, if everyone is good to go, we're going to go ahead and open our layout 2. Let's take a look at layout 2. We'll give... I'm sorry? Hi, Lisa. Thanks so much for popping in and saying hi. I appreciate that. Okay, so for this one here, this is where the little bit of twine from your stash comes in. I have twine here, 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 and here. And I used a twine I don't like, but I'm probably going to use it again. All right, because it happens and I have it. Could we just for a minute talk about these clusters? Look at the clusters. These clusters are amazing. So because we're going to be doing a lot of layering with the clusters, we're going to be using all of them at different levels. All right. That means we're going to be using some with the foam tape, some to get up to the regular size. We're going to be using some with the chipboard to do these. Now, basically, when you're building clusters, what you want to do is choose a focal that you're actually going to build around when you're making the cluster. So here, for example, would be the suitcase. And then I've added the little stamp, the flowers, the binoculars, but my focal is the suitcase. Over here, there's actually 2 focals, but my focal is not these things here that you would think about. My focal started with the thing here at the top, and then it got built around it. So you built all of this behind it. But the other thing that can be the focal is the flower here, and then you build at the top, and then you build around it on the bottom. So it's all which way you want to do it. This one really, I loved this one, but you could tell in the order that we're going to build it that these 2 flowers and this and then we're going to build up. All right. So if you decide to try clusters, my honest suggestion on everything always is to try it and be happy with it. Don't over fuss with it. You know, I hope that makes sense.
When the ball says that lamb's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Okay, let's grab all the pieces out and we're going to sort them just like we did. One for this, one for that. All your papers. You already have dimension on this one because we are going to go with this mini dot paper and it's going to add a lot of texture. So one for this layout and one for this layout over here. You're going to find little pieces, little squares. Let's put those in with our big bits. We're going to put those in with this. Okay. We're going to be pulling those out soon. Okay. And we have one of these for this one and one for over there. You have this card. We're going to be fussy cutting that out, so we'll move that aside. All right, one for here. See, look at the beautiful cuts. Doesn't it look so much better? Like the difference, right? It is a small difference, but it's differences like that that I tend to notice after I'm done, believe it or not. All right, this one here is going to stay. These, we have one for here, two for here. This one, two for over here. For our peach, the two smaller ones go over with the other. The big one is staying. One for here, one for over here. You also have this little small white. You can just throw that up in your tray as well. Okay, let's dive in. This says you're all warmed up. So now we can do this one because you're all warmed up and ready to go. All right, I'm going to start by giving you a measurement on your pieces, on how they're coming. So I'm going to peel. I left this open so I could do that.
Michelle A's on, and she says she would like one of these kits if you have it extra.
I do. Actually, they go from the class, and you'll be able to watch this on replay. But George, if you want to go ahead and make a note.
Put them all in.
Yeah, but I'll go ahead and take care of Michelle's and put it with her stuff and everything. So yeah, absolutely, Michelle, take care of it. So you're going to be 3.5 inches down for the big flower piece. I left this so I could peel it back to show you. We're going to overlap it a little bit when we do our tears. Okay, but when you place that, the floral piece that's coming, 3.5 inches down. All right, now I already have one next to me, so I don't have to line that one up so much. Really, this color combination for me just hit it out of the park. I mean, I've really been using a lot of Simple Stories for my scrapbooking, and I'm loving it. I used it many, many years ago, and then everything old is new again. But they've just been crushing it lately. Okay, down it is. Good to go. Okay, let's grab these. All right, so for this particular kit, there is no inking. I didn't do any inking on this, but in a future project, you may find that when we tear our papers, we ink them and stuff like that. If those are extra details that you want to add, you know, they're always there. All right, we're going to tear. And we're going to, if you have the other ones next to you, just tear all 4. And I like the jaggedy edge. And I'm going to tear my other 2. They're right next to me because I feel like I'm more likely, if I do all my tearing at one time, sometimes to get them a little closer.
Are you going to give Jen a dimension on where you're going to put that center piece?
This one?
Yeah.
I did, 3.5 inches down.
I missed it.
Oh, no worries. 3.5 inches down. Oh, you know what I didn't give, though, was the size of that for somebody who is remaking it. I'm sorry, Linda. 4 inches. That one's 4 by 12. And these were probably 1.5, but let me just double check for you. 1.5. I'm just going to tear that other one now because it makes sense for me. I'm more likely to tear it the same amount off. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and place these on. And we're doing one on the bottom and one on the top. All right, and we just want it to overlap. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to place this. Don't worry so much about where it's going right now. Just kind of overlap it so that the torn edge covers the flower. If you have a little bit because you tore a little bit on one, just move it up. You'll match it on the next layout. Okay? You'll just match your next piece. If you see some green through it, you see some green through it. It's all beautiful. The color match on these were great considering this is papers. The pattern papers are all from Simple Stories. The other papers are from like 3 different companies. I love grabbing all the things. Okay, there we go. Look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. All right, our big peach piece. Canvas. So make sure your canvas is up. All right, how about some measurements? For the canvas, we're going to make sure that it goes from the top to the bottom, but I want to get you a measurement on how far it is over. All right, it is about 1 3/4, just about 1 3/4 over. Okay, so you can just line your thing up and go about 1 3/4 over, and then you want to have some at the top and some at the bottom. So I feel like I'm short. There we go. I'm a little short. There we go. About 1 3/4 over, and just, nice at the top and the bottom amount there. It might be a little high, but it's okay. These layouts are forgiving. Okay, there we go. Nope, I'm crooked. That's why I try not to press down if I can help it until I'm where I need to be. Okay, there we go. Looks good. All right, for this one here, this is on foam tape. Now, I know a lot of people who use the foam, the actual foam. I recently used it. I made some cards. Those of you who were on our Sunday Live, I did say I was going to make a lavender and blue version of one of the cards, and I did. But this, if you look behind here, I'm hoping you can see it. I used old foam. I did a foam the entire size. If you decide you want to use that, spectacular. I'm going to just go with regular foam tape. Your white paper is also textured, I believe. Wait, I'm looking. I think it's textured. Just double check it. I'm going to go ahead and put this on foam tape. This is going to give us some really nice dimension because we want all the dimension to come all the way across the page. This gives us the dimension towards the center on here because our big cluster is just on the left. All right, there we go. Peeling all of it. Okay, so for this one, we're up higher. We want it to be on the tealy green color, and you're centering whatever you have left. It's very forgiving. So just equal amounts on the right and the left of your mat. And it's a little bit lower than the peach piece. A little bit lower than the peach piece, but ending on that teal. There we go.
Can you push your both layouts that way?
Up?
That way. Because you're just coming off this side of the screen.
This way?
You want to go that way.
I don't want to go that way if I can't see the cluster because I'm getting ready to work on the cluster.
Oh, right, but you're losing.
I'm okay to lose that. They
Okay.
need to be able to see the cluster next. Thank you. I'm losing a little bit on this side.
You were losing it on
Okay.
your right side.
You guys let me know if there's ever something you can't see, okay? All right, so we're going to start picking out of this. We're grabbing this flower. We have a lot to grab, okay? We are grabbing 2 of the little squares we put in there. feel like my flower, see, here's a perfect example. This little one popped off because I didn't put a glue dot on it. That's why I really, really like the glue dots. Okay, there we go. I hope that's where it went. Who knows now? Am I right? All right, we're still pulling. I'm getting down to the flower.
Please.
Absolutely. So we're going to grab this flower. Who asked for the slowdown?
Jen, 2N.
2N? You got it, sweetheart. Thank you for keeping me in check. You know, I just start to ramble. I even start to ramble and just go, so thank you so much. This little pin. Jen, try, as you're working, try to just pull these. As I'm pulling them, I'm going to pull them out slower, and then we should catch up, and you will be right with us. All right, let me know if that works. Okay. I live with that, y'all. Okay, this is actually going on the next page, so I'm just going to pull it out now. We're getting down to this little one with the heart.
What are your photo measurements?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you guys got to make sure. This one should be prime for 5x7, but this one is 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. And this one is a 4x6. 5x7, or sorry, 5 1/4, 7 1/4, 4x6. Good. I think when we get to the other side here, these ones are smaller. That's okay, hon. Thank you. No, I appreciate it, but I can't lose this cluster, so when I move it back,
it'll be in the center of the page.
No, they have to see the one I'm doing.
They can see this, and the one you're doing is right.
Gotcha. Okay, well, just let me know because I just moved it. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm just making sure I pick out all the pieces that I need. Right, okay, I'll try to keep it that way. You know, it moves all over the place. All right, I'm feeling like I got most of them. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and create our border for the bottom. Before we do that, I'm just going to flip it over and put adhesive on it. And both of these pieces finish at 12 inches. So whatever type of border you want to do and create, that's what you're looking at. This is 1.5. The finished piece is 1.5 inches. So regardless of what you put on top of it, you'll go. We're going to put the gold piece down first because we're only going to put a border at the top and the bottom. Jen, you let me know. Oh, wait. Did you cut all of these down because this is bigger?
No, that is.
This is to fit this. Okay, so the change that you're going to see is this border is going to be bigger than this. The reason why we made the change is to accommodate the full postage, which I think is going to make a big difference. So you're going to put this about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, give or take. I'm going to kind of meet the middle halfway there. So about 3/4 of an inch, but like I said, give or take, all the way across.
Did you measure them?
For what?
Linda Carnahan?
I said 1.5. Like the finish is going to be 1.5. Okay. Thank you, George. And now you're going to just have a border at the top and the bottom of this. There we go. So this border is a little bit bigger, but it's a little bit bigger by choice. I thought this was a better look after I was done. All right. Hopefully you guys agree. All right. For these little ones, we are going to just slice those from corner to corner. And I'm going to grab a drink. No, I'm fanning myself.
I thought you were saying
I was waving my hand to fan myself a little bit because I got warm, and I guess George thought I meant come here. I realized as soon as he saw it, I was like, okay. All right, there's our other little corner piece. And I'm going to attach my corner pieces at the very, I'm just going to pop in here. If I have to hack my picture off, I will. If you don't want to do this part, leave them off. We are just putting these on so they just kind of go right over the edge. A little bit right over the edge. And Linda, these were 1-inch squares. 1 by 1. I miss doing, you may see, I may go through a phase now where I do photo corners because I think this was the one that started, and I'm currently cutting a layout that has the photo corner, that has these corners on it that I've done on the Cricut. So they're a little different than this. I'm actually one of the projects, because somebody on will appreciate this. One of them has a thing that says canoe, and then on the other side, it's instead of canoe, I did a capital N and a capital O for Ken no, and then it says Ken yes. So as a little joke on the one spot, it's a canoeing layout. Okay, there we go. Hopefully the pun is appreciated. If not, you just leave that off. Okay, so we have our corners on. And hopefully we have all good things and we are ready to go, because we have a lot of layering to do on this one and lots of things. For this one is a tough one because you can see that I've put all my pieces down. If you do not have your photos and you're not putting photos on now, I want to encourage you to not put these two pieces on as we go. Put those, you have a full picture of your layout. So just take the picture of your layout, put it in the bag, and leave these two off. All right, you can see they are down. They are on top of that photo. It's going to be really hard for you to get your picture around it. So just a little tip on that one. Just tuck that in the bag. All right, for all the others, let's go. We are going to start with the blue. And I'm going to, I already messed that up. Not supposed to have any on. Get your little piece out of the center, guys. I'm not supposed to have any on the small flower. Rolling back, rolling back, rolling back. There we go. Okay. We are going to put it towards the left of the big flower, and then you can put adhesive on the leaves. Okay. And overlap, put it down. And make sure you're overlapping the photo. You have nothing here, so you should be good to go because it's just right here. Okay, lay it down. We're going to grab the piece we're cutting. The piece that we're cutting, you want the little tape piece that's right here at the top, that little kind of translucent thing. That is your tape. I also left the shadow on my cut. So this we are fussy cutting. Take my time, you got it. Are you telling me that, or are they telling me that? You're trying to save everyone? She's probably not. If she got behind, she probably did something with the dog, throw a load of laundry in the middle. That's probably how she got behind. Just kidding. All right, now I'm just cutting straight to this side. And you do cover, some of this up. Okay. And then to get the jaggedy edge, I just go like this. I'm not going to be able to cut it perfectly. So I just kind of put my scissors in there and go back and forth. Let me put a piece of paper under this so I can kind of show you what that results in. Okay, we'll see if this one does it. See, I just kind of go back and forth, moving the little thing back and forth. And then I kind of get like that jagged edge when you put it through a tape dispenser. Okay.
She says, "Oh, you're flying pretty fast."
Okay, am I okay? Let me know, Jen. I expect you to tell me, because once I start going, I start to get the nerves kick in, and I just go ramble.
She said she was trying to keep up, but
no, that means I need to slow down, honey. Thanks. Okay, thank you.
I've been trying to slow you down.
I meant honey to Jen. I call everybody honey. I know you thought you were special. He is special. Okay, so there we go. Now we have our piece all cut out. Jen, I'm going to go for a better thing. This piece is on some foam tape, but when I put the foam tape down, I don't want any foam tape over here. I'm just going to put a little bit of foam tape on this.
Big Noob says, "No way. I am the worst fussy cutter."
You can do it. You can do it. Okay, I'm putting one on this side that I have no intention, or sorry, it's the wrong side.
Sharon
Okay.
says she's always behind.
Is it Roselli?
Yeah.
That's because she's too busy she has
She
foam
said,
tape
"Well,
issues.
slow, and I love replaying as I need to.
That is awesome.
I hop to YouTube.
Okay, so now
she could
yeah, of course. All right, so I have two things of foam tape on the one side. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to lift that one flower. And the reason why we did the flower first is when we placed this, we wanted the flower to kind of start here and then to put our flower down. But what we want to do with this is we want to make sure that we get this so that it's right here. And then we want to make sure that our flower is going to be on top of it, but not covering our message. So we're going to move it over just like that. And notice mine's a lot higher, so I might not like that. So I might move this down just a little bit. I can cut the bottom off, but placing these two together are our most important part of this. I'm going to move this down so that it's right here. Now my flower's here. So I might have to move this a little bit. There we go. Okay. And once it's on and I'm like, okay, I like it, it's fine, then we're good. I'm going to cut the bottom of this off because I'm not going to want to have to deal with that. Clustering is all about what it looks like at the end. Okay, so for this one here, you can see I'm going to be cutting more off. This one, where we can just kind of do a little bit more. Back and forth, back and forth. It's going to overlay it. It's going to overlap it. I feel like mine's turned a little bit more. This is where it comes to, remember I told you you're going to be tucking and pulling and doing all the things. That's what's happening right now. And I may keep moving this until I get where I want it. See those two flowers and this. Remember I told you it's going to come down to this and those two flowers. All right. And I noticed I'm sticking out a little on the side, so I'm going to move that in just a little bit. I think that might do it for me. Okay. There we go. So it's peeking out. I would like this to peek out a little bit more even. So we're just going to move it a little bit more. Just move it to where once these three pieces are comfortable for you, you're done. Then everything else we can build around it. All right. So I'm pretty happy with where mine are. I want to give everybody a minute.
Yeah, especially if they got to keep moving there.
You do. Sometimes, I mean, that's the thing with clustering. The thing with clustering is you will be, you move those anchor, you put your regular pieces down, but when you have multiples, you're going to want to move them. So you'll notice I'm not using a ton of adhesive. Also, I don't prefer liquid adhesive. I prefer a very forgiving adhesive, which notice I said tonight I'm going to be using my big gun. And you guys know a lot of times when I do classes, I'll even use these smaller ones just, because they're not as clunky. But yeah, the adhesive that I have is very forgiving. Yeah. Okay. So I hope we're good to go. Maybe we're good to go.
Jen, gotta go drink some water.
I have my water cup with me. I'm prepared. Knew I was going to need water. All right. We're going to move on. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. So thank you guys. This one is more detailed. We did the warm-up one. Now we're on the detailed one. We're going to grab our chipboard. And this chipboard, we want to sit on the edge of this right here. So we want it to touch that. It needs to touch the little thing. So however you have yours, just focus on it going down that way. Makes sense? I'm going to be adding glue dots because you guys know how I feel about the adhesive. All right, so once again, I just have it. And I'm making sure I don't cover up any of the letters in that sign. There we go. Good to go. All right. We have this little one right here. These are some super sticky glue dots, let me just tell you. All right, that little one, I'm going to maybe lift my flower a little bit and kind of tuck it, or I might put it on top, whatever, however you feel like you like it. I'm going to lift my flower a little bit, but watch, because it's attached, so you don't want to rip it. And we're tucking. I feel like I'm a little closer than I was on the original, but it happens. All that after I said, when you're comfortable, you're good to go. And now I'm going to want to turn it a little bit more. Less adhesive on everything. We just want to use less adhesive while we're moving all these around. There we go. You can also lay it all out as you go. I like to put a couple pieces down. This has no adhesive on it, or this, I haven't peeled the back on this. And this came off of the chipboard. It's right here. And I'm going to pull this as well with the backing on it. And I'm going to lay these down. And the main reason that I'm doing this right now is because we're not going to put these pieces on. See, I can lift that flower, tuck it underneath on top of my photo, but we want to make sure everything else is correct. So pull those off with the paper intact, because you're going to tuck that in with your layout, but they would go right there. So we're tucking right there. All right, this one here we can put on. So we're going to grab this little flower here, the one with the 2 leaves. There we go. I'm going to give myself another glue dot. Okay. And we're just going to turn that and kind of put it on top of the 2 flowers. There we go. And these are just laying there so you can see your cluster. I'm going to forget, and then I'm going to pick up the page and I'm going to dump them. So I'm move those offside now because I'm happy with it. So if you're happy with your cluster and everything's going to cover and you don't have to put anything away, here it is. All right. We can even add the bling to it now. So for your bling, this is a medium, and a small, and there's a blue, a teal, and a green. All right. So medium, small. We want to get a small on this. All right. I'm going to do the peach actually on this. I think it'll give it a nice little pop that, well, this is darker than the peach. We'll say the dark peach, whatever color that is. That's the one that I put there. Inside here, I'm going to go with the green and a medium. Just fit it in there. And then over here on the side, I can tell that I'm over a little bit further on this one than this one. So I'm going to just fit it where I can fit it. This one I'm going to do teal. Let's do this one. There it is. It's plain peekaboo, but it still works. All right. Look at that cluster. It's gorgeous. The cluster is gorgeous. All right, let's grab some twine if you are going to do the twine technique. I'm going to grab some twine from my stash. Yeah. Press and seal. She means press and seal. Yeah. She used press and seal. Look what I just got today, Sharon. I just realized I was using up a product that when I ran out of press and seal Sunday night, and I was like, oh, I didn't press and seal this. So I had to revive it with some hot water. It was some mixed media stuff. Okay, so basically what you're going to want to do if you're doing the twine is act like you're going to lay your twine out. There's a clip that goes right here. Then it comes over and it comes over to here. And then you're going to tuck it behind here. So you're just going to cut a piece off. I'm going to tell you the size that I'm using. I really don't normally cut with that. Okay, I have 15 inches of twine. Okay, I'm going to start with a glue dot for my twine.
Your right edge is off camera.
Thank you. Appreciate it, George. I really appreciate it. Okay, so a glue dot. There's my twine. I'm going to take my twine with the glue dot and I'm going to shove it under here. There you go. So that it stays under there. Now we're going to grab our chipboard. And this one here says vacate all day. I'm going to grab that. And my glue dots. I'm going to give it the extra glue dot because they're super sticky and they're going to hold that twine in place for me. So I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to just say, okay, I would like my twine to be right here. Just a guess. Here. Am I in camera? I hope I am. All right. It's like at the edge of the, kind of towards the edge. This one I'm over just a little bit more. You can see, but it's forgiving. Very forgiving. Okay, so right back to the chipboard, and there's the upside down one right here. I'm gonna grab that. I'm going back to my glue dots. Putting a glue dot on the, I don't know what that is. The clip portion, not the, I don't know how to describe that. The part you squeeze.
Portion.
I don't think it's magnet.
I know, but
crazy,
a lot
right?
of those clips have a magnet on.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know
Especially
these
the ones
things.
that hang on the
I don't
floor.
know these things. I'm laying it over where my photo would be, and then just putting right there with the twine. Now going to take a glue dot. And I'm going to bring the twine. I'm going to put the end of the twine on here. And I'm going to shove it. That's the correct term. I'm going to shove it under here with the glue dot and pull it out just like that. So now I have this. And if I have extra, I'm going to just grab another glue dot and shove some more under there. That's it. Okay, so now I have the pin. What? Are you talking about because I say shove it?
No, Jay Noobs, she's like, I'm out. All-Star game's on.
She is a
So she's going to watch on replay.
She is a diehard baseball fan. Yes, she is. Okay, so now I'm just looking for the blue pin that I used on the top. I forgot to get that one out. There it is. And just to kind of give that, you can give it more dimension by putting foam tape on it, but also what the foam tape might help is to balance this. So when we put the piece of foam tape on this, we're going to only put a very small amount at the tippy top, and then let it hang. So we're talking like this much foam tape. And I'm going to put it so that it's just at the top of the pin like this. And then I'm going to pop it right here. And then that way, that twine can just be behind it. On our chipboard, there are the little hearts. Remember, we saved these 3, but there's a little heart right here. And I had a heck of a time getting these out last time. I had to like peel everything and like push it out because they're tight in there. There we go. They really make the most of this chipboard. And even this, I just don't trust me not to knock it over. I'm going to see if I can get a glue dot on it. I should have pulled my minis out. I wouldn't have had to do this. That's a lot. That is a lot of glue dot for that little tiny piece. There we go. I tore some of it off. Ta-da! Now we have to do the same technique for the bottom. So 15 inches worked last time, but we have a little bit more up here. So I'm going to cut this closer to a 17 inches. And however your twine ends up working out, awesome. Like just the twine is very free flowing. We've already changed this bottom portion of the layout, so we already have a little bit of a change. All right, glue dot for me again. This time I'm going to be shoving it under a flower. Okay. There we go. And it's gone right under this flower. And that's going to also help the flower stay down. And then I want it to kind of go behind everything. I don't know if I can poke this out without tearing the back off. So we're going to leave it on. It's going to come down here. And I'm going to use glue dots to put my twine in place and then come back and put these little things on. So it's going to come down here, hopefully go under my camera a little bit right there. And then right here on the second one, I'm going to have a heart or a geo marker with a heart. So a little bit of glue dot action right there. There we go. And then it's going to come here and kind of go up here. And just secure yours as you need it. Just secure it as you need it. Got caught on my shirt. All right, and then it's going to come up, and maybe you decide you want yours under your photo. I think my photo was on foam tape. I knew there was a difference. I had to put this on foam tape. I mean, not that it needed it, but Then it's going to go here and come down here. I'm just putting a glue dot right there. And then it's going to come up and go under my photo. But however your twine lays out, that's how your twine's going to lay out. I don't love this twine. I find this twine a little bit harder to work with than other twines, but I had it in my stash. All right, so now I'm going to put those pieces down. And what I want to do is I want to use a little bit of foam tape on the top and the bottom of this one here. So just a little piece on the bottom. And then a piece on the top, kind of so that the twine can be in between it. All right, and then I have that glue there and then covering the glue dot. Okay, there it is. All right, and then this one over here is on this Lost and Loving It off of the chipboard. And because this has a glue dot to hold it there, I'm just going to put and press. There we go. Now, this little flower here is going to be in the bits. It's going to be the single. Look at this. We didn't use this one either. This one's super cute too. Okay. Here we go. It's the one with the 2 leaves and the full stem. Okay, 2 leaves, full stem. And that is once again going on top of your picture, so it might be something you just want to put in your bag. I'm just using a tiny bit of adhesive to put it on there because we have so many embellishments on these pages. There you go. I think this one here, I think I put this on foam tape, and this one here I didn't. It doesn't matter. You're still going to have all the dimension and all the layering. Okay, so this is what it will look like when you're done. Now, I want to say we only put bling right here. You can come in and add more bling. All right. How's everybody making out? It's like the most embellishments on a page, right? Like, I don't think we could stick any more embellishments on the page. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. All right. So I don't slide them on the floor. And you're just going to put your picture right in with it. Okay. All right, we're going to move this over and go to our final page. Our final page. We're going to be bringing that one back in, though, just to do our spacing on the flowers. Let's put everything off to the side here. And let's bring this one in. Now, on this one, our cluster is going to be on the other side. All right. Let's start with some layering pieces that are, or with some of our pieces that are going to anchor the layout, just so that we can have it. So bring in your other page. All right. And we're going to take the 4-inch piece, that flower, and we want it to be the same place the other one was. There we go. And if you can't see yours, then go with that original measurement. I think it was 3.5, but let me grab it for you. It's 3.5. Okay, just put it 3.5 inches down and you'll be good to go. While you have the layout there, your other page, let's also put this page on, because we also want this page to be, you know, where the other one is. Oh, I need to get my other one because I have a different size. Remember, we did that little size change to do the full one. And I'll trim this off. Mine's a little bit long, but I'll trim that off later. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now we can put our other pieces on, and these are our torn pieces. If you haven't torn yours yet, it's the same tearing technique that we've used, and I'm just going to kind of match my layout. Since I matched my other one, this one here should be pretty good for me to match as well. Okay, there we go. The other torn piece. It feels so good to be back. It feels so good to just be back to to teaching and to sharing these projects. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't tell you how excited I am for all the things that we have coming up. Okay. And we are going to put this piece up. Okay, so these ones here are actually a different size, and I want to get those for you. But you could, do whatever size you like. These ones are 3 3/4 by 5.5. And there's 2 of them.
Sharon says she's so happy you're doing it.
Thanks, hon. Me too. Okay, so I put these on foam tape when I did this, but I didn't pick up on the fact that I put these on foam tape. If you want to put yours, if you didn't do the first one on foam tape and you want to put these on foam tape, you can still do that, because the other photo we had was on foam tape, the white one I put on foam tape. So you could just balance that by having this one not on foam tape and these, I'm not going to put mine on foam tape because I don't think it's a make or break. So I'm just going to keep consistency. I'm sorry, honey? Thanks, Linda. I really appreciate it. I am so excited. We have an amazing lineup. So, yeah. Oh, good. Oh, Darlene, I know. We've talked about it a lot. Okay, for this one, I don't know whether you prefer a measurement from here or a measurement from the top. So the first measurement I'm going to give you is one that's from the top, and it is about 1 hold on, let me make sure I'm lined up. Less than 1 3/4. Okay, and then from the side we're about 3/4 of an inch. But if you want to measure from here, I did like an inch. It's about an inch up from this. Okay, because sometimes those torn pieces, they can, things can go off a little bit from there. So I'm going about an inch up. I'm eyeballing it. These are very forgiving pages. You guys have already seen that. All right, very forgiving. Okay, and then this one I want to come down. Make sure I'm on the green. See, I'm up a little too high, or I'm down a little too low on this one because I want a little bit more of a gap right here. And I have that bigger piece. This here's a little bit bigger than the original one, so I'm going to put this down and I'm going to move this one up a little. That forgiving adhesive, if you guys don't know the adhesive I use, it's amazing. It is available on our website. It is compatible with this. And there's a reason why. It's my first choice, my first go-to. I'm crooked.
Linda Bug also, she's laid you back and she's solid so she could watch.
Thanks, sweetie. We also, Sunday night was my first live back. All right. All good things here. Now this suitcase, foam tape, because now we're building the dimension of our cluster. All right. How am I doing, Jen? Jen, you've been with me for so long. You know when I get nervous, I just start to fly.
She might not be back from getting water. You wore her out.
Stop. I'm going to get a drink, though. That's a good idea, everyone. Everyone, take a sip. Nobody needs to be getting dehydrated. I always try to cover the mic when I'm swallowing because it's right by my throat. It's up by my neck, so. All right, let's put some more in here. Okay, so for this one here, we want to be able to get our picture. See how I have that? So even though I'm going to be putting foam tape on both sides, we're going to do that where I only peel the one side. Okay, that's going to kind of be my marker, that line right there. And now these are just support pieces to keep the same dimension. We're not peeling those. And then over here, I'm going to add some more. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to use that. It's going like this. So everything to the right. Lots of fun here. I think this is my favorite page.
She says is trying hard to keep up.
Oh.
Foam tape time might help her.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is, since Jen, who I think is pretty fast, I might be moving too fast.
Yeah, well, she gets lost when you're grabbing your stickers and everything. She has troubles finding them.
Okay.
So that's when she starts.
So let me slow that down. Jen, thank you so much. I appreciate it because, I'm out of practice with this. So I really appreciate you being here and kind of getting me through it. All right. So
she just got on page 1.
Stop. You're going to make me nervous. Don't do that. Okay. So we're going to give a minute, and then I'm going to pull. I only did the suitcase that was set out, and then we're going to pull the other things that we have for this layout. But for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and I do have some raffle prizes to give away tonight. So maybe I'll go ahead and draw the raffle prizes now. How's that sound? Does that sound good? We normally do that at the end. No, we don't want to do that.
Do you have names?
Yeah, I look.
Oh, okay.
They're already all written up and in my little container. Okay. I don't know if should I go? All right, I'm going to talk about Sunday Live for those of you who missed Sunday Live, just to kill some time. So you guys, I shared this awesome stenciling project, and here's the card that we actually made for Sunday Live. So you guys, this video is available right here on the YouTube. These are made with some papers that I had from my stash and waffle flour products. I am obsessing over waffle flour. I'm so happy. And you can see all our waffle flour products on the website, creatingwithyou.com, that we have right now. We even have more coming in. Okay, but I did share this little pink one that I made. I know I mentioned this in the beginning, and I said I thought that I might remake that with the light blue and the lavender, and I did. So I'll just share that to kill time. So there it is. This one took me 2 days. Not actually to make. It literally sat here while I came over and did 1 or 2 things. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thanks for the encouragement, Sharon. And the reason why I bring it up is Sharon had joined, Sharon Roselli. Thank you so much. And you had mentioned that you would like to see it in with the lavender and blue. So there you go. Okay. Back at it now. Let's pull some pieces, and we're going to need a lot. Now it's easier to pull now because we've used so many. Like, you guys, really, we've used so many of these. All right, we're going to pull the fun. The F-U-N, because we is having fun. All right. I need more. We need this little flower. Still in the bits, this little flower. This one here, which is so good because you would think it's lots of pieces, but it's all hooked together. I was super happy about that. This geo marker. Heart. I bet it's easier to pick them out now, Jen, isn't it? Because we don't have any. And this little flower here. See what else we got? This little flower here. The pin that I already pulled out with the orange. There's the pin. The orange. All right, I think this, I'm touching to make sure that before we move over. Okay, so what you should have left in here is this. Oh, and we had the little white and the square. Grab both of those. So you're going to have, oh guys, I am so sorry. You guys are going to feel that. I'm really sorry. George, I really hit that hard. Can you just make sure that the camera is back to where it needs to be?
Well, we haven't got there yet.
Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. That's all that should be left. And the big tag. The big tag. I moved that earlier because it was so big. All right. Sorry about that again, guys. Hopefully everyone's okay. All right, and then I have my chipboard right next to me, and I'm going to pull the chipboard this time as we use it, because even though it's a time saver for me as I go, I think it might also be making me a little bit faster so I can slow down and chat as we get through that, all right?
There was an earthquake at the Wall House.
Right? Really sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'm just moving all my pieces off. We are going to put the hot air balloon. That is going to go on some foam tape. And I want to put the hot air balloon on first because then I'm going to do the twine. You got to want the twine to do the twine. I think it's a little bit of a pain, but I really like the way it looks. So I didn't love this twine, but I like the way the twine looked in general. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on my piece. Okay. I put more than I needed just because I'm buying time, not because I have problems with foam tape.
Sharon Roselli loves the purple and blue card. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome, hon. I'm gonna post the photos of it tomorrow and then change the thumbnail. And we decided to let the Sunday Live raffle go to today, so we'll go ahead and pull the raffle winner from the Sunday Live. All right, so now what we're gonna do? It's got all of our foam tape. We want to just take the cloud bottom is gonna stay straight. Okay. Good. And then this is going to come right, the cloud is going to come right to the edge. And this is going to come over. And then when you have that there, I'm a little too close. I want to go up a little higher. I need to be up a little higher. Just looking. Now, if you're up a little higher, just lay it down. And then it's good to go. You just give it a little press. There you go. All set. All our foam tape peeled. Good to go. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab a little bit of foam tape for a support piece for our flower. We're going to do the paper flower first, and I'm going to put a tiny piece of foam tape on the edge. I've had some caving in my books over the years, not recently because I do this, but in past years, I had a little bit of caving where I didn't put enough support on my pieces that were like layered with foam tape. So I do like to give it just a little bit of foam tape to bring it up. Now we're going to slide the flower.
Linda Bug says that's your foam tape story and you're sticking to it.
Yeah, I love foam tape. Okay, we're going to put the flower on, and then just that little piece of foam tape is going to keep it all level. That's all that's about. Okay, we're going to grab our white little square and put it in now. So remember, texture up if you have textured paper. I feel like it is textured. Okay, and this is going to come in. And we want it a little close to the suitcase and then right underneath of our cloud as well. So it's all in order. The 1x1 is getting cut in half. And this is for journaling or maybe a small picture. I don't know what you would put in. It would have to be pretty small, or you could put some journaling there or like a little thing. I would probably put a photo there, to tell you the truth, because I would just like the idea of having this little photo over there. I just did a little bit of my friendly adhesive, no foam tape, and added the corner. Okay, our fun is on foam tape. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple pieces of foam tape on each one of these. We'll just have those all done at the same time. Now we'll put those. I'm not putting these down yet. I'm just putting them right here. We're going to start to build our cluster a little bit. We have the flower piece, and these actually need to go up. I don't know why I had them so low. They are going to go half on the flower, kind of part, well, not half, less than half, like touching, overlapping where that torn teal piece is and the flower, but not half. It's less than. They're like just kind of peeking over, if you will. And then that way, that'll give me a chance to add my little flower here. I like the way that's going to look, just to kind of space that out. And I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down. We're going to do even more layering. Even more layering. Okay, putting my little pieces down. And we will have our fun. Jen, say my pace is better.
Not yet.
It's really not fair though, because you know I've already made them.
I know.
So that's the thing, right?
You know where everything goes.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying I remember it. I have about 1/8 of an inch in between mine, and there's about 3/8 of an inch on the end, if that helps. I think it's more important that you just make sure it looks good on your version. Okay, so I have the fun in. I'll put the flower in a minute. I'm going to grab some twine. I also figured out how to like shove my twine and all that in. Okay. And I probably have about 15 inches again. Oh, I have way more. I have like 19. We're not even going to use that much. Okay. A glue dot. And I have given myself a little bit here. I would say this is about 3 inches. And so I'm going to start my glue dot with about 3 inches of that. And then I'm going to attach it right to the very, very edge of the, hold on, I need to flip this. But I want the 3 inches. Let me show you. Here's my glue dot. Here's the 3 inches. I want that glue dot to be on the corner of this with the 3 inches or on my left and coming down. We're really just running our twine right now with this, just like we did last time. All right, and then it's going to come over here. And I'm putting this piece in, which is a little bit over, you know, from here. And then it's just up in the air, but it's pretty, like the piece goes pretty high up, but the twine doesn't go so high up. So just going to put that on there. You're going to be able to adjust what's there by putting the geo marker on it. All right, and then I'm going to bring some over here, and I can see I have way too much, like I said, and I'm going to cut this off. And now we're going to take twine on the end, and we're going to shove it under the hot air balloon. That is the technical term, and just shove it under there till you can't see it anymore. And if you have a piece, oh wait, here, let me show you. If you have some sticking off, here, just chop it. Like don't shove it under there if there's too much. And just shove it under there. And you can always come back. I have, so my issue is I have stuff on my, there we go. I have adhesive on my my piercing tool. So that's why it's not letting me just shove. Okay, there we go. We're going to do another piece on, and this is hanging over. I'm going to tuck that under. Just tuck it, just kind of tuck it under a little bit. There you go. All right, I'm going to do another piece down bottom. And if you didn't want to do the twine, you should be well caught up when you get there, because the twine does take a few minutes. All right. Glue dot to secure my twine again. So just every time I'm getting it, there's a glue dot involved. Underneath the corner of the picture. There we go. And if you're counting your postage stamps, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and there's a little line in the middle. That little line, just pop it right on there, bring your twine over and stick the glue dot right there. It's a good spot for it. There we go. And then for this one here, you can bring the twine over to the one before the last, pop the glue dot there. And you can even tuck it up under your suitcase if you want, you know, however you want to run your twine.
Darlene is asking, what is the name of the tool you're using?
This is the Close to My Heart piercing tool. I've had it for like 10, 50. I don't even know how long I've had this. I've had this a really long time. This one's actually curved, and I have more than one. But if you need a piercing tool, we have other piercing tools. It doesn't have to be this one. So you don't go out of your way to find something exact. There are lots of tools on the market that can help you. And we have a piercing tool, actually. I just don't know if it's online, but I definitely have one. I'll show you what it looks like. I never use the other end of my piercing tool. I think there's a stylus or something on the other end. It's like a round thing. Look, this is on the other end of this. I don't ever use it. Like ever. That's how bad it is. I only use the piercing tool. Our piercing tool looks like, see, I have several. I have like 3 of these. Our piercing tool is like long with a wood handle, And then it has a piercing tip. Looks kind of like this. So it's a really nice piercing tool. So it will look different, but if you need one of those, just check your tools, hon, and see if you already have something. All right. Okay, so there we go. Our twine is down. It's good to go. I may tuck mine up under this suitcase just to be different, because you can be. If that's what your twine is telling you to do, then that's what you do. A glue dot. Oh, I lost my twine. There you go. Glue dot on the twine. And we all say the same thing, and then you shove it up under there, right? Okay, there you go. Pull that a little bit. Okay, so now the sticky part came out. I'm going to destroy my suitcase, shoving my twine under there. There we go. Okay, for this piece here, we're going to put just a tiny bit of foam tape, just the support foam tape on the one side right here. Okay. How are we doing? Did everybody get their twine done? Let's do a little check-in. How's everybody doing? And remember, you don't have to do all of it. If you don't like some of the techniques, you don't have to do them. So if you're like, oh, I don't think I'm really going to do that twine across my pages, then you don't have to do that part of the technique. You only do the things that you like. All right, I've overlapped this flower here. I put that one down. Now I'm going to give a moment just to see if anyone needs me to slow down. While that's going on, I'm going to clean up a couple of my tools. And we're going to wait. We have about a 1-minute delay. I just want to make sure before we go into the rest of the embellishing, because this one has like a lot on it. There's a reason why I called the first layout the warm-up. But I think it's always good to start with something that kind of allows you to get your pace and kind of get a feel for what's going on. That 1 minute seems like an eternity when you're just waiting. Are we think we're good? All right.
I guess they're busy. That's why they can't comment.
All right, we
Trying
think.
to catch up.
Don't say that. You make me feel like I can't continue. Like when you say that, I'm like, maybe I should wait.
Yeah, but at least it gives you a pause because you start thinking about it, which does let.
Next time I'll bring dad jokes. Just kidding. I will not be bringing dad jokes, y'all. All right.
Almost caught up. Last two items to hold twine.
Perfect. I am going to hold then. And while I do this, I'm going to just share tonight's raffle prizes. So one of the things that we will be doing is, and everyone who registered for the event, and our registration is going to change a little bit, but I'll take you guys through it. Everybody who registered for the event was automatically entered into the raffles. So we have a Simple Pages. This one's really pretty for spring. And then we have a 6x8 summer snapshot. We have this awesome A2 floral cover plate. And then in addition to that, what we'll be giving away with the class tonight is one winner will receive a future class. So we felt like those were really good prizes. Okay, the 2 hearts that I pulled, they actually go on top of the photo that you can see right here, and you're just going to overlap them. So I normally like to attach my 2 hearts first and then put them on. Put those in the bag because they go on top of your photo. So we're not going to put those on in completing the layout tonight. It's just one of those things that we don't want to make it too difficult. This flower that I'm about to put on, you may want to do the same thing with that. I'm going to put a small piece of foam tape at the very tip, and I'll be comfortable to get my photo behind that. Okay, just a little piece of foam tape on that blue single. There it is. And then it's going to stick off the edge of the photo. So see, I can get under there really nicely. We have the geo marker with the star. And this is another thing where I'm going to want some foam tape on the top and the bottom. Little foam tape on the top and the bottom. And then right where you put your glue dot, and up high, this is going up high like that. See how high it is? There we go. Done. And we're going to grab, oh, we forgot our little pin. Got it. I'm going to move the pin in. I want to place my other piece first. Okay, for a couple pieces, the first one is going to be the binder clip. Now the binder clip gets attached to the bottom photo, but it hangs on the top photo. I want to put my glue dot, if you are securing with glue dots, I want to put my glue dot in the middle. So my glue dot is closer to there, so that when I put it down, the glue dot is really more on the paper and not either one of my photos. Binder clip down so I can get behind it. Okay. Still working with that chipboard, and we have some binoculars that are right here. I was not a person who worked with a lot of chipboard before, but once I realized that they're embellishments that I don't have to add foam tape to, I was like, that's genius. For this one here, I left it completely loose so that I could get my photo in. I may end up supporting it a little bit later on, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. One glue dot should do it for me. All of these just want 2 glue dots. It must be overlapping. So the binoculars are more like they're on this angle here, and you can see that I've kind of placed it so that you get all of that through the little handle. You'll see some of the photo, you're going to see everything, and then it covers the 2. There we go. The stamps. Okay, I went with the globe for mine, the 43-cent globe with the plain. There you go. But you have the other stamp. If that one fits more, you can definitely go with that. For this one here, I actually have this on foam tape. And it doesn't need much. I'm putting a tiny little piece at the top and a piece at the bottom. This is just for layers of dimension because this is already thick. And then it wants to come up on the green and kind of cover those 3 things like that. Our pin is going to tag along with it. I'm going to do a little piece of foam tape on the pin. Jen, if I go back to all the foam tape, everyone will have a lot more time. Just realize that. All right. So now I have the little pin, and it doesn't matter where you put the pin. I'm going to kind of put it right here. I just moved my twine, and it's a little on my picture on this one, but not here. Doesn't matter. It's just added extra. Okay. Back over to our thing. There's a "You Are Here" right next to the globe. Same thing on this. A little bit of foam tape. I wanted these to stick up a little more than the others. So since they were the chipboard, this gave a lot of dimension. Right here. Apparently I'm right here with my luggage for this one. Mine's a little wonky. I'm going to add an extra piece of foam tape on this one side right here. I wonder if I can peel it off. Let's see. Mine's a little wonky. It just needs more foam tape to hold down that top. Okay, better. All right. And now we want to grab this one right here. It says "Smile Big Photo Op." And I don't want to cover as much of this time because I really do think I want to put a photo there. So I'm going to try to get this over this way a little bit further. I'm going to take the sticky off on the left side that's going to go over my photo. Okay. And then I'm going to put a glue dot on the other side where underneath the photo op. I still got two, guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, and then just a little bit over the photo, so less than I did last time, the mat for the photo. There you go. Because this even says big smile photo op, so I have to put a little photo there. And I don't know what kind of photo I'm going to put there, but one thing I know is I have been using a lot more 2x2 photos. I even have 6x8 page protectors that hold 2x2 photos, so I can get an extra 24 mini photos in the middle of my layouts. And if you guys want to see that, let me know. I will incorporate that. Many of you are getting those free if you order from the website. They're one of the things that go in your little free gifts right now because I like them so much. Okay, let's grab our bling. Put whatever you want, but just to do the same thing that I have been, I'll go big, medium, and small. It's the, if you have the Happy Travels, it's the orange, the blue, and the green. And then large to small again, it's the orange, the green, and the tealy color. All right, just do the ones that you like. And then down here. Oh, I forgot a flower, guys. There's a little flower that goes right here. It's this little yellow flower on your chipboard. There's a little yellow flower right here. Yeah, I did. Forgot these little, see, there's so many embellishments. It's just crazy. All right, so that's gone right here. I'm going to support that with a little piece of foam tape. And I'm going to add even to this little one. I don't know, I'm going to add I ended up knocking a couple mine off. So now I constantly am adding glue dots to the chipboard. Okay, there we go. And then the little Explore stamp. Thank you, babe. Explore right there. Okay. I thought about it, but I'm like, no. These did not have the glue dots on it. Okay. And then kind of
keep sliding to the right.
Thanks, babe. Because I'm right-handed, and so yeah. Okay, and then that little Explore right on top of that bottom suitcase, over top of the flower and everything. We want that. We want all about dimension. All right, and now we'll put the bling on. I think I'm over way too far. I'm to the other side. There we go. Oh, I want to use, oh, too late. Should have used a different one. There we go. Okay. Guys, you did it. Way to go. Okay, that's it. Look at all the dimension. Look at all the awesomeness.
Jen got her twine gun.
Nice. Wait, you know what? That's not funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, no. She's actually fast. You have to realize I actually scrapbook with her, and yeah, she can get in the zone. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our pages. All right, I'm gonna bring them back in. Okay, so we can talk about photos. All right, so for this one here, this is true 4x6, but you're going to cut these down. The white represent where your photos go. If you guys want to add white because you think it adds a pop of color and you want to do your photo, do whatever you want. It's a mat, okay? So a 5x7 over here. If you do not want a 5x7 on here, it is two 5x3.5. So if you're like, I never take 5x7s, two 5x3.5 will go right here. Landscape. All right. You always just look at what else you can put there. You could even do 4 if you want. Just play with it as though it is a space. All right. So this was your layout 2 that took most of your work. You guys, congratulations on completing your workshop. You have 4 beautiful pages to add to your done pages, and I do hope you really love them. And then here's layout 1. And my suggestion with both of these are, if you really like the pages and you were like, oh, you know what, this was great, I really love the pages, recreate them. Grab papers out of your stash. You have all the pieces in front of you to measure them and remake them. Maybe you need Christmas layouts. Boom, your Christmas paper. Maybe you need baby layouts. We all have accumulated supplies. So let this class take you further and recreate some more layouts to add to your stash with them. All right, guys, I'd love to know if layout 1 or layout 2 was your favorite. And my suggestion would be, which one was your favorite to make, and then which one is your favorite to look at? Because I have a feeling they might be 2 different answers. All right.
Linda Bug actually said absolutely gorgeous after you got done the second layout.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so we have we will be having Hard Candy Christmas. I do workshops in 2 ways. So sometimes something appears at my home before it appears online. But this is a Hard Candy Christmas workshop. I have a couple of changes because I do like to kind of do my own little thing. But this will be a class that will post online. You should see all the cuts, George. It's beautiful. But this will be one of the selected classes that you can choose, as well as our one sketch 3 ways that we have. So the winner of that is going to be, okay, Deborah Bolden. So Debbie, congratulations. Oh, I don't know if you go by Debbie, because Deborah is, I think this might be her first time. So Deborah, congratulations. I'm going to reach out to you for that. Thank you for joining us for the workshop, and I will reach out to you. Okay, so now we have our prizes, and the next one is going to be for this. I have 2. So the first person is going to get the cover plate, and the second person is going to get the 6x8 album. Okay, and I'm not going to look while I pull them apart. Okay, this one is the cover plate is gone to Lori Laws. Congratulations, Lori. Okay, and the 6x8 is going to Jen Tyler. You go, girl. Oh, you're going to have so much fun with this. This is a really fun pad. All right, Jen Tyler, congratulations. All right, and our final winner for the page pieces is Carolyn Rafferty. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. You guys know I got to tape this. Your raffle prizes will be either automatically sent to you or put in with your next order per your instructions, whatever you would like. All right. Thank you guys so much. I do want to share with you, before we pop off, just a couple of things that we do have coming up. All right. So I do want to share, where is...
Linda Bug said layout 2.
Right? Layout 2. But
she loves layout 2.
I love layout 2 as well, but I had a lot more fun making layout 1. Jen Tyler's. Let me put hers down. I really wished I had grabbed regular Scotch tape, because washi tape is not always my thing. Okay, I do want to just mention a workshop that we have coming up, and I meant to have it next to me. So let me just go ahead and grab my existing artwork and grab this. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, I used to do a style of scrapbooking that was called Top Shelf. And Top Shelf was always, you were going to have beautiful layouts, but you were going to have to work for it. I have my first Top Shelf workshop coming up in years. So I want to go ahead and share them with you tonight and encourage you. All the information is online. So these are not in order, by the way. Here's one layout, and we are going to be working with layered die cuts. So this is all about layering die cuts and also learning about how to take your papers and use more than one. So if you look at these background pieces, they're all made of 2 papers. So we're going to talk about that, but this is layout 1. I'm slightly obsessing, and this is a smaller class. So there you go. I guess I can put them right on top of each other. Okay, here we go. Layout 1. This is our second layout in that one. Has all the things. Lots of paper layering will be going on. Lots of fun. You can see you're going to be, I call these cone flowers, but I don't think that's what they are, but I constantly call them cone flowers. Look at the details. You get all of your bling, all of your cuts, everything to make this is all included. All of the die cuts. And then this one, which is just crazy amazing. This one, I don't know what to say. I was having a day. So many cuts, right? Look at that. Look at the details on these.
All right, take a breath.
So pretty.
Tai says that she's going to be continuing the one sketch 3 ways for a while because it's a good idea making 3 for 3 different books or themes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep inspiring her.
Oh, absolutely. When I actually teach it, when I actually do the class for it, I'm recreating it with a whole nother collection. So you'll see the 3 that were part of the existing, which are all online, guys. You can all go to creatingwithyou.com and you can see all 3 of them. They're in new and they're in layouts. But we did an American 4th of July themed one, so appropriate for the 250th anniversary. Then we did party animals, which were cute little dogs, and a special birthday one with that. Jen, you know. And then the 3rd one was called New Day, and I shared one that is looks completely different than the other ones, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, okay, go. I love how he tells me to take a breath.
Her pages just need embellishing now.
Fantastic. I'm so happy you crafted along with us. I love it.
Linda Bug says, wow, stunning on these layouts, and she loves the gum boot.
The what?
The gum boot, which is the rainbow.
Oh, yeah. Well, what else do they call them? Wellies. In Scotland, they called them wellies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys will, check. Oh, this one's going to be fun. But I hope you guys will check out our new lineup and the classes and everything that we have over on Creating With You. And we will be dropping even more. Now, for those of you who joined us on the replay, if you have any questions about assembly or your kit or you need to see anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I really love helping everybody. I always say I'm here and I'm happy to serve, and I definitely mean it. So please feel free to reach out to me with anything you have. Thank you all for joining me for tonight's Happy Travels class. And if you are interested, just the kits will be available on the creatingwithyou.com website starting tomorrow. All right, guys, thanks so much. We really appreciate it. We're blessed to have you with us. And as always, we wish you all good things and lots of crafty goodness. Bye-bye.